Good morning, buddies. This is the first time I address an audience as buddies. I wasn't allowed to address audiences in my former responsibility as a Commissioner for Competition Policy. Now I am, and I need to have you as buddies. I'm excited to address you. Why? Because many opportunities we have to break down. More old borders, boundaries, and some new ones, by the way, in the area of ICT deployment that will allow us to fully embrace a single digital Europe. If, and you are aware of that as well as I am, if IT was this thing of the 80s and the 90s, it is now about ICT and how it changes daily life. And that is also the basic idea behind this conference, ICT in action. And you and I myself, we will push it. At my age, there is no point in holding back. And most importantly, the aging lady Europe can't afford to hold back on any of those issues either. And I'm asked nearly every day, why did you choose this Commission portfolio? And I do it by full heart. I choose it because ICT is now a policy issue. It is a policy issue for everyone. It's creative, it's innovative, it's close to the people, it makes a difference, so to say. And if you allow me to ask you a couple of questions. How will government and companies be able to meet the massive pension liabilities? I think you may already know the answer. The answer is just digital. None of the pressing challenges of our time will be solved without a strong ICT component. I do not know any other investment option that can give a comparative advantage to all sectors. And there is no other investment that can match the 50% share of productivity growth that ICTs generate in Europe. And in many ways, that makes me the Commissioner for Growth. And in a crisis, a Commissioner responsible for growth has to be ambitious, no doubt about that. We cannot sit by and accept that 30% of the European population is still a digital virgin. 30%. And well, talking about Amsterdam and virgins, that's not what I need to combine. And for the first time, young people are the experts in something truly important. They teach us as well as they learn. And the world's biggest companies can emerge in the space of one government spending round. Our ability to apply this technology to issues like climate change will help determine how we will survive and live peacefully on this planet. So in a way, I'm also the Commissioner for Survival. And as you can see, this is not like any other public policy. It can't be achieved using old methods. It can't be separated from other policy areas either, and this peaceful and sudden revolution is part of every policy area. What we need is a broad-based movement for digital action. We need these capabilities in schools and universities, in our local and national institutions, and in our global supply chains. Without proper coordination and leadership from the EU, this cannot happen. Let me just outline the scale of the challenges Europe is confronting. The crisis has wiped out years of economic and social progress. It has exposed the structural weakness in Europe's economy. And without proper use of ICTs over the next decade, Europe will become a broken economy. It could unravel into a series of broken societies. And so we are the biggest markets in the world, including, by the way, Europe, the biggest broadband market.
Europe is already behind major economies like the US on ICTs. And if you have the chance to visit the World Expo in China, as I did last week, you will see a long line of countries looking to overtake us if we don't step up a gear. And that is only the start. The bills in our inbox and the bills on the way are too big to pay. Pensions, budget deficits, climate change, healthcare, and those bills are not coffee money, so to say. We will not find the money growing on trees, as there is a Dutch saying. With the current economic shrink and demographic challenge, we shall need to serious increases in productivity and resource efficiency. Let us look at the issue that can strike the most fear into our hearts, our own old age. With life expectation rising and the cost of new advanced treatments rising, who will pay for it? Today, there are 4 people working for each one retired. In 2050, only 2 will work for every one retired. And even if we found the money, who will do the work? There will not be enough carriers to look after you every time you need it. More costs alongside high debts with less people to do the work and pay the bills. That does not add up. How else will we help each other if we do not find digital solutions? Telemedicine, electronic patient records, ambient assisted living, interoperable devices. The answers are in front of us. And they are there for us if we dare to leave our comfort zones and make the investment. And turning to energy, at the moment our energy systems are dumb. And if we acted effectively, better use of real-time information could reduce energy use in, for example, buildings by 20%. With buildings accounting for 40% of energy consumption in Europe, that would mean a reduction in total emissions of about 8%. Wide use of smart grids would also diversify the electricity network, increasing its sustainability, security, and reliability. And the sort of money and changes we need can only come as a result of hard and smart work, productivity gains, so to say. We will have to earn every future success. Cheap credit and more debt for future generations are not the answers to our problems. No, the better answer is to harness the transformative potential of ICTs. And it's true that we have some alternatives, but let me remind you of them. And it is connected with climate, and it is connected with energy, and it is connected with all those areas. The alternatives are not real alternatives because they offer no foundation for consensus. And instead, we can build a consensus around the need to go digital. Why could we build a consensus around the digital agenda? Because it's simply common sense, and actors at every level can play a real role in those changes. It is essential to involve actors making changes in their city and town administrations, on our campuses, in our hospitals, and at summits with national leaders. My senior officials and I myself will be making this case across Europe in the coming months. Tackling those issues at the very core of our individual and collective future is why I am excited about this portfolio, and that is where I'm active in.